Hi there, Poke fans. I am your humble host, Fan, and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. And as you can see, I decided not to do the grinding because that is quite boring. And feel free to pause over here to check out the weaknesses and resistances of my current squad. And so let's go on to the main part of the battle. As you see, I've made it to the Pokemon League, and now I'm going to have quite a long discussion with this specific guy to get entry into the league as I show you the levels of my Pokemon. And I'm going to go in a circular fashion, and I am going to do it clockwise, I think. Yes, clockwise. I'm going to start at the ghost type. I'm going to go through to the fighting type before we go and challenge the champion. Please consider subscribing to my channel, leaving a like and sharing it with your friends. Also remember to ring that bell icon. Now we go into the ghost house and challenge the ghost leader of the Elite Four. Effectively, this ghost trainer is the main leader of all ghost gyms, unless there are other Pokemon leaders who also specialize in ghost types. But let's go on and see what we can do. As you saw, I switched my Pokemon so that Victini is up front, so that Victini can take on the Cofagrigus who we are going to face first. That is specifically so that I don't make a contact dealing move, and my ability is not changed to whatever that of Cofagrigus is. Now this is the second time recording this sound bit because my sound editor kind of stopped recording and started to slow down significantly, and that is not very nice. It's hard to deal with and difficult to rectify, but we are almost defeating Cofagrigus. She used a potion to restore it, but that doesn't matter because we are going to do something very similar in the next battle. That is sadly the case. Okay, let's switch out. And we are switching out to Arcanine because he has a nice crunch, and I think that'll do quite well against this ground ghost Pokemon. Golurk. I think that'll be quite effective. And Crunch should do quite well. And I do more than half damage. But he goes for Earthquake. I survived this battle with this attack, so I can do another Crunch. In retrospect, it might have been better for me to go for my ghost type Pokemon, Chandelure, but I'm going to use Chandelure now against this Drifblim. I could have taken out both Golurk and this Drifblim and the next Pokemon with Chandelure using Shadow Ball. I hope I use Shadow Ball. Yes, I am. And I think this is going to be a one-hit KO. Luckily it is. I shouldn't actually be switching over here, but okay. Now for some reason I am stuck with Endball using Scald, and keeping Scald was a choice of mine because it does deal nicely with rock and ground types and other fire types. That is specifically why I have Scald. But something goes to my head and I want to do that exclusively to the exclusion of any other weaknesses that the opponent might have. And as you will see in the next battle, that comes back to bite me in the behind. Now I'm switching out Flare Blitz and Heat Crush because Flare Blitz is a consistently more powerful move, even though it has a recoil damage. But that is just the risk I'll take for the extra damage. We are now reaching the end of the game, so the extra damage is more of a benefit than it is of a deficit. And especially considering this is not actually a Nuzlocke. So when my Pokemon faint, it's not actually dead, it just faints, so I can just revive it later on. Now at this moment I'm first going down to see how many full restores I have, because I'm always going to use a full potion instead of a full restore at this stage of the game. But let's get on with it. And again my bloody recording stopped and started to a dramatic slowdown, so I'm quite upset with that. Maybe it has to do with the connection between my microphone and the computer. But anyway, let's go on. I'm also going to switch out my Pokemon now, and you will see immediately that I'm making a bad choice later on. Okay, this is not the bad choice I'm making. Magmortar is a legitimate choice over here because it has a Focus Blast, but Focus Blast is a very inconsistent and inaccurate attack. I upped the PP a bit so that I at least have 8 instances of the attack. Let's see if I can at least do some damage to this Dark type trainer Grimsley and his Pokemon. First up we have Purloin. Let's see if I can hit Purloin with a Focus Blast. And here we go. And oh, it has a fake out against me. I'm wondering if Pokemon existed in the real world, if it was able to train out of being able to flinch. I suppose that might be possible because people on their own can learn not to flinch at everything that they encounter, anything that scares them. That is how soldiers do it. And why am I stuttering at the moment? So I'm going to use a potion over here because as you see I have not hit any of my Focus Blasts, and this Purloin is doing quite a lot of damage to me, which I find kind of unfair. But Grimsley must have trained his Pokemon quite well in order to be able to accomplish this specific feat. Ish, and it has bloody infatuated me. And there we go, finally I've managed to hit a Focus Blast. It's about time. It kind of looks like Magmortar at a death wish, trying to commit suicide over here. Suicide by Purloin. Okay, now I'm going to use my fighting type Emball, because I'm now going to fight a Crocodile, and the correct move to do, the correct attack, is to use my Hammer Arm. But as you see over there, I use Scald, and this Crocodile outspeeds me, so I almost die over there, and then I go and use a bloody Scald, which is not that effective because it's a special move and I'm a physical attacker, whereas Hammer Arm would have taken out this crocodile in a single attack. So for his sins, he will have to die and stay dead until I deem it necessary to revive him, which is probably going to be in the next battle. Okay, Victini, you're up again. I know that you have a 4 times disadvantage, but you have a nice attack that can do the job for us. And Signal Beam does in fact do the job for us. Now let's see what is next. He uses Scrafty, so now my Talonflame is going to be the next Pokemon up. Okay, Talonflame, don't die, try and outspeed, and let's go for Fly up first. This is specifically why I captured you, to deal with Scrafty, because Psychic does not do anything to Scrafty. That and other things. Okay, we are 4 times weak to a rock type attack, but at least we survive it. And we have we have leftovers. That's lucky. Okay, let's see how much damage this flamethrower does. Granted, Grimsley now full restores. Okay. We do quite a nice amount of damage. Okay, now let's fly again, because he's going to use a rock slide again, so it is better for us to be up in the air and have the rock tomb miss. That is our best bet. And finally we take out the Scrafty. That wasn't too hard. And the leftovers are doing wonders for us. And now it's Bishop. Yeah, I think I'll stay in, because any of my Pokemon can deal with Bishop. Flamethrower. This should take out Bishop in a single attack, especially since we are 2 levels higher, and it does. Okay, so we have defeated Grimsley, and now we are going to go and face the Psychic type trainer. But first he is going to give us a lot of advice and talk a lot. Now we can go to the portal and approach the next area after we have revived our Pokemon. Okay, just a regular revive, not a max revive. Max revive is for when we're in the middle of the battle and we are running out of Pokemon, and then we need a revive to be at full health to deal with whoever is left battling against us. That is the plan in any case. Now at this stage of the game, something like a dark type fire would have been quite nice, like a Houndoom. But we don't have that, so let's just go on. Oh, in the previous battle, something like a Volcarona would have been quite nice as well, because it has a stab bug attack, but we managed to get through that, as you can see. And in any case, Volcarona is saved for the bug type specialization, and that is quite a difficult one, because there aren't any starters that I can think of in any way, shape or form that is bug, unless this new game has one of its starters evolve into a bug type. I'll leave a picture up so that you can see which game I'm referring to, and that'll edge or date this series quite nicely, or the time of this recording. At the time of this recording, the release of the new game is still a few months out. Okay, so Chandelier almost takes out this Mashana. It does slightly less than half HP or half damage. The Shadow Ball does how much damage? It does a little bit more than the Dark Pulse. So I'm wondering, why do I use the Dark Pulse, seeing as that the Shadow Ball is much more effective. But it's too late now for me to try and find a different attack for Chandelier to use. Okay, Magmotor, you're up again. This time try not to lose or miss too many times. Okay, at least I do a Thunderbolt now. That is a whole lot more accurate than Focus Blast. Magmotor goes to level 61. That is quite good. Okay, Arcanine. I was wondering if I was going to use Arcanine, because Arcanine is specifically designed for this battle. It has a very effective dark type attack. Reuniclus is one of the most powerful or most buff psychic types I've ever come across, and it hardly do any damage at all. He does a little bit more damage than I do, but it's probably because of that reflect that is up. The Shell Bell does recover me a bit. He has recovery moves as well. This is going to be a tedious battle. Hopefully I can stall out the critical hit. Was that a critical hit? It doesn't say critical hit. Maybe the reflect went down. He's probably going to full restore. I knew she was going to do a full restore. So I get to crunch twice now. And hopefully hopefully I do enough damage to take it in 2 hits, and I do. There was a little bit of a lag in the recording, so I thought that it was going to do almost nothing, but I am lucky and I take it out in those 2 attacks. Now it's Gothita. Now I've neglected to check out the effect of Gothita in terms of power versus Alakazam. My favorite is Alakazam, of course, but I wonder how powerful Gothita is in comparison with Alakazam. So let's do another crunch against this Gothita. Quite a decent amount of damage. It recovers using a berry, a citrus berry to be specific. Okay, how much damage does this crunch do? This crunch takes him out completely. That is quite nice. Arcanine now grows to level 61. So this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.